first of all, tell me, who's H3 Dynamics?
Thanks for asking, Jim. Thank you for having me here as well. It's a pleasure to be here and have the opportunity to speak. So H3 Dynamics is a group of technologies split into 3 different groups, hence the H3. So we've got Horizon Energy Systems. We do lightweight fuel cells for unmanned aircraft. It comes in 200 watt, 500 watt, 1 kilowatt is our standard off the shelf. We do things upwards of 3 kilowatts. Our second group is Horizon Unmanned, HUS, Unmanned Systems, and that's basically the drone box. That's really what we're pushing here at the show today. Then the third group is the software that supports our Unmanned Systems group, HAS, which is our Awareness Systems group. We are located, headquartered in Singapore. We have offices in Austin and Paris, so we're a global team.
So in other words, one job wasn't enough for you, you had to go out and do 3.
We had to go off and do 3 because it just wasn't enough. We're bored.
What do you see right now walking the floor of AUVSI? It's only been open a couple hours, but what do you see as the potential for your company? What here is what you're looking to push forward the most? What do you want people to see and know about H3?
Great question. So this is our 2nd year here. Last year was our 1st year, and it went very well for us. Heck of a show last year. Literally from the first day before the show even began till 30 minutes after the show ended, we had a line at our booth, so it was very, very good. That's why we came back this year. Don't you hate it when that happens? It is terrible, especially for a small up-and-coming technology company. It was very, very good for us. To answer your question, for us it's about client engagement. It's about revisiting the people that visited us last year, some of them on the left side of the adopter curve, others are laggards like we talked about this morning, but nonetheless it's engaging our clients, potential clients, and understanding what their needs are and having them having an opportunity to communicate our product updates, our technology updates, go-to-market updates across the channels that we're going into now.
And the most promising right now for your business model?
Security. When you look at our backlog is strong, it's healthy. The security application for autonomous drones. So let's talk about HUS, our Unmanned Systems group. So basically what we have is an autonomous drone box. So you could put this box on a rooftop, you could put it out in a cornfield. Say for example, you put it on the rooftop of this building here, you could program it from Yokosuka, Japan, days, times, waypoints to fly. It would fly that route, go back, transmit the information or the data live via 4G LTE, or download via Wi-Fi at the box, depending upon how you wanted to configure it, go back in the box and recharge. So basically, at the end of the day, we're a mobile sensor in support of IoT, and we just collect tons of data using that drone as a platform.
I would imagine the opening session and the data being the new oil is a really interesting mind shift and everything, because when I came into this industry, I started really getting involved in it. It was always, oh, look at what this airframe can do and what this technology can do and this sensor can do. And then everybody realized, well, what are they all doing? Well, collecting data. Well, what are they doing with it? And the answer was pretty profound. Everything. Every little thing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
For us, the process was the applications are endless for our drone box. But being a small organization, we had to focus on those opportunities that are going to generate the greatest market penetration and traction, and that is it's the security and the inspection both. So inspection includes methane gas detection, power line inspection, pipeline inspection. Again, we removed that barrier of one drone, one pilot. You don't even have to have a pilot. You need to have somebody Part 107 certified, at least in the US, to observe, but you don't have to physically fly it yourself.
How do you look at the state of the industry right now? We're in our 1st year of overt regulation. The FAA has finally decided that this is what they're going to do, and then of course in a number of international locations around the world they're either mimicking or for that matter even diverging in some ways from the example set here in the States, which is unusual, but it is what it is. But how do you evaluate how the industry at the moment is being both regulated as well as managed?
Well, I guess the short answer is, like my professor said in business school, it depends. I think regulatory is good from the FAA. Their job is to keep planes safe in the sky. As much as I travel, I can definitely appreciate that for sure. From a commercial standpoint, it certainly inhibits the growth potential for the industry as a whole, but at least the FAA has put a process in place where people can apply and be considered for exemptions. to the standard Part 107 rules. So I think the regulatory piece does need to move a little bit quicker to keep up with the commercial side, or the commercial side will figure out a way to work around that.
What surprises you about your interfacing with this industry right now?
What surprises me?
Yeah, any surprises or anything that is not what you expected?
Actually, no. It's interesting. During the keynote speaker this morning, we went through the innovation curve and the adopter curve both, and we pretty much line up with the sentiment of everybody else. 51% was number 2 on the innovation curve, and we're pretty consistent with that. We work very hard to find where those innovators are, not even early adopters, where those innovators are across a very strong backlog, and for us it's getting those early wins so everybody else can feel it's more safe to jump in and adopt this technology. The metaphor I like to use, a bunch of kids are standing on a cliffside next to a lake, and they're all scared to jump in, but once the first kid goes, the rest of them go.
There you go.
And we're focusing on a few small, very focused and strategic wins with our partnerships. Our go-to-market plan includes, we have a strong relationship with the Watson IoT group at IBM.
Okay.
We're a certified Intel.
No small potatoes there.
No small potatoes there at all. They're a great partner, great brand to have in our pocket, because we're virtually an unknown brand, but we're trying to change that. We're a certified Intel IoT partner as well. We're working with Ricoh, the company out of Japan, as our service arm for deploying the drone box, and we have some pretty strategic discussions with Verizon as well.
Can a startup now still survive in this industry?
Again, I would say it depends. The problem is when you go to market, if you have a technology that you think is really cool, but there's not a need for it, you're in trouble. But if you find a need, develop a technology and fill it, those are the fundamentals of high growth business.
Do you have an example or a case study you might put forth to explain to people just where you fit into this industry?
An example. So let's take real world current events right now. So if you listen to C-SPAN or Fox News or CNN, a lot of discussion about not going with a traditional analog concrete and steel wall. Rather, there's discussions on leveraging technology, using drone technology, using cloud technology, something more scalable and current. How we fit into that is we're a force multiplier in this particular example for Border Patrol agents along the southern border and the northern both. You can deploy our drone, connect it, integrate it with other IoT sensors as a first responder, and provide Border Patrol agents with FPV, first person view, of any activity along the border there. This includes daytime operations, nighttime operations, using FLIR technology, thermal technology. So we're very scalable, we're very affordable, and we're going to be around for a long, long time.
What are your impressions of the show here? You've been to one, that certainly helps you a little bit to absorb what's going on, but the tone, the excitement level, and let's face it, it's even bigger than last year, and last year was a big show.
Sure.
How do you feel about what you perceive out of the industry just from walking around as one of the participants right now?
Well, when I walked in yesterday to set up for the show, the most immediate qualitative impact was larger aircraft.
Yeah.
Last year, I would have to say foot traffic's about the same, the setup is about the same for us. There seems to be an increase in size of the aircraft that are being displayed here. That's my first reaction. It's we're halfway through the first day, haven't had a chance to really walk around and talk with customers all morning. So
a number of our guests tomorrow are fielding a number of those airframes. There's some pretty exciting stuff out there from the standpoint of the amount of duty time that these things can pile up now.
Sure.
I mean, we're talking loiter times that are measured in days rather than hours. The ability to equip or switch out sensor packages in a matter of minutes, or for that matter, to carry multiple sensor packages so you've got multi-mission capability.
Right.
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild, right?
And the question is, where does it go from here?
Right. It's, in my opinion, it's more machine to machine. Right. So you see a lot of radio controls here, a lot of manual flying. We're pretty far ahead on the innovation curve in terms of autonomous flights and autonomous capabilities for the data collection of our drones. So that's kind of good and bad. That means we don't have a lot of competitors in this space, but again, we got to find on those innovators, those early adopters in the marketplace.
For folks who are interested in what you have to offer, how can they reach out to you?
Go to h3dynamics.com That's a great place to capture additional information on our company and our products. We have an office in Austin as well, so if you're in the area, if you're at the show, certainly stop by. We're at booth 141, or you can email me at tom@3dynamics.com.
Outstanding. Tom, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us here on Aero-News, Aero-TV, and of course with Exponential 2017.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International's Exponential 2017, live from Dallas, Texas, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.
Let Patrick Neal and Associates provide the legal expertise needed to navigate the commercial UAS industry. Whether it be waivers, exemptions, operational plans, or other issues, we can provide the guidance you need to keep flying and building your successful UAS operation. www.droneattorneys.us.
In collaboration with NASC, introducing Sonex Aerospace, bringing you the Taros Group 4 UAS, the redesigned Tiger Shark Block 4, and the Subsonics Twinjet UAS, all derived from flight-proven manned systems, not concepts, real aircraft. More at sonexaerospace.com.
Continental Motors Group. Manned and unmanned, Continental has been a pivotal part of aviation and aerospace history and wants to be a part of your mission. Gas or diesel, certified or experimental, Continental is investing in your future. www.continentalmotors.aero